Hey, this is Bill. I'm checking in with Paul McWhorter's Arduino R4 class homework for number 16. And I kind of went a little goofy on this one, but the object is to get user input to turn on or blink. I think it was just turn on. I actually made him blink. A red, yellow, or green LED. And so in the Pico class, we're dealing with functions, and I'm trying to get into that mode. I did some Googling and tried to figure out how to make things do that. It's a little different in Arduino IDE than it is in the Raspberry Pi, but anyways, I dinked around with it. Some of it's a little goofy, but anyways, you can see starting out with my code, I did a red pin, yellow and green, GPI pins 11, 10, and 9. And then I entered some stuff, although this blink on, blink off, and num blinks, I entered right off the bat because I thought you'd have to do them for the function. And the function works kind of goofy here. Let me go down. Yeah, here's pin, num blinks, and blink on. And you have to add int down here. And if you get rid of that int, then it says it doesn't like it because it doesn't have a type. I kind of truncated it on this far end here. But anyways, essentially what I did was I did the void setup, made them all, the pin mode, call the serial monitor. The void loop asked pick a color, red, yellow, or green, serial available, and then it actually prints out what the user put in there, and I did that to kind of show you a goofy thing. And it says you type the color, it prints out color choice, and then immediately I switch it. I switch the color choice to force it to go to uppercase, so it will accept more commands and I only have to search for one thing. Then prompt the user for the number of blinks. So, how many times do I want the chosen LED to blink? And again, the same thing I do instead of read string for that, because it's not a string, it's an int. You go serial dot parse int, and I call that num blinks. And then I ask for how long do you want the LED to have for on time during this blink, and then how long do you want the LED to have off time during this blink. And color choice, you can see I forced it to red, yellow, green, and here it is. I'm throwing in the stuff for the function. I'm saying green LED pin, num blinks, blink on, blink off. If you choose something else, it kind of recycles this thing. It says invalid choice, try again. And then if the color choice is, then it assigns these blink LEDs, and this just worked. I ran into this before. I think Paul's not crazy about else, and I've Googled stuff, and it just makes it work. But anyways, I did else if, else if, else. So the first choice is it checks for red. Then if that's not it, then it checks for yellow. If that's not it, it checks for green. And then finally it said invalid choice. And where where to go. Oh, and then here's the function to blink an LED. And so again, this is kind of weird because you have to add a void in there and you have to add int in front of all this stuff. Although I assigned it that stuff in the beginning, I guess I didn't do pin, or I did and it's gone at some point. But anyways, I go through that. It picks from I to num blinks, and then you increase it by I plus plus, which is I plus I, or I plus 1, and then a digital write high. Then here's the blink on time, digital write low. So essentially here's the function, and you can see I kind of started it already, and so we will choose a color. And I'll show you, this was goofy. I'll say Y, E, then capital L, O, then capital W. So hopefully no one would spell it that way on purpose. And it does that. It said you entered the color, and you can see it's the cap's weird here, the way it was actually put in. Enter the number of blinks. We'll say 20 blinks. The on time, I'll say we'll do that for 3/4 of a second, or 750 milliseconds. And then it says off blink time, and so let's go 200 milliseconds, and you can see it's going to town. And it's staying on longer than it's staying off. So anyways, that's my homework. Hope you guys are having good Mother's Day and all that kind of stuff. And we'll touch base next Tuesday. Thanks. Bye-bye.